March 30th, 2025. Ride recap, ride across America. Holy crap, I can't believe it's still March. I started this journey on March 2nd. And at one point during the trip, early on the trip, I was struggling in Florida with headwinds and weather and all this other crap. I was kind of wondering if I'd even get out of Florida before March was over. But I've been out of Florida for a while now. So today, let's go over some numbers because it is Sunday. So we got the weekly recap as well. So, where do I want to start at? This week, I rode 208 miles. I gained 2,441 feet of elevation this week. So far since I left St. Augustine on the East Coast, I've gone 914 miles. Now for the year, so far this year, calendar year, I've gone 1,484 miles and astonishingly have climbed 25,410 feet of elevation. And I've said this before, but the Strava app gives you how much elevation you climb. It doesn't tell you how much you go down. So it's just concerned with how much elevation you climb. And it's just a stat that is part of the app that I use to keep track of my rides. So today was... The weather was bipolar today, and I knew that taking off. I almost stayed in Denham Springs again for another night, but I decided to dodge a few storms. I got rained on a couple times, nothing very heavy, but a couple times I had to ride through some light rain, and then the sun came out, and oh my God, it was hot and humid. It was mid-80s. Really heavy, sticky humidity because there's so many thunderstorms around. A couple times during the day, I would look around, see thunderheads all over the place, and look on my little radar app on my phone, and there was thunderstorms around, but I got lucky. I rode through a couple, in between a couple of them. I never really got caught in any heavy rain, so I'm glad about that. So I rode 42 miles today from Denham Springs, Louisiana to Livonia. I have no idea how to pronounce the name of the town I'm in. Some tiny little town west of Baton Rouge in Louisiana. I crossed the Mississippi River today. Big milestone. Big milestone. I'm on the west side of the big old Mississippi River now. That was my main goal for today after sitting in that Motel 6 for 3 nights waiting for storms to pass through. I just wanted to get over the bridge, get on the other side of the Mississippi River, and I did that. And then once I crossed the river, I was just in an industrial area. I had to go another 20 miles to get a motel. And I'm in another motel for 2 nights because it's supposed to be thunderstorms all day tomorrow. 100% chance of storms. Weather doesn't look that promising on the back side of it either. So I got this room for 2 nights. We'll see what happens with the weather. I can't control the weather. And I can ride in a light rain. The problem with riding in the rain is, one thing, I'm carrying like $3,000 worth of electronics with my solar generator, my solar panel, and none of that shit is waterproof. Or at least that's what it said in the instructions. It seems kind of weird. Something you use outside, you would think it'd be weatherproof or water resistant, but it said on the packaging it wasn't. So I try to keep all that stuff wrapped in plastic. And then I didn't do any GoPro footage today because with so much rain in the area, I didn't want to have my $500 GoPro out either. So all my electronics stay packed up and wrapped in plastic when I'm riding in the rain. And then the issue becomes this, the already heavy bike and trailer get wet and get even heavier. So I don't know. People can call me weak or a wuss or whatever they want. I'm trying to avoid riding in heavy rain. Once on this trip so far, I rode all day. And it wasn't really technically on this trip. It was the trip over to St. Augustine to start this trip. But yeah, I mean, either way. So yeah, one of the days I was riding from home to the East Coast to start this, I rode all day in the rain, and oh my gosh, it was just miserable because everything gets so heavy. The trailer gets so much more heavy. The sides of the trailer are canvas, and they just soak up water. Makes it heavier. And then, of course, the plastic collects water in pockets or whatever. Anyways, yeah. That's my excuse for being a baby and not riding in the rain, unless I really have to. There's not a whole lot around here, so it's going to be another boring 2 nights in a motel. But boring's fine. Seems like a nice little room for $60 a night. Not bad. So, yeah. Another big piece of news. I hope this actually happens. One of my Navy buddies, Willie B. Willie B is in New Orleans right now with his camper. He's traveling. And he says he's going to come up this way tomorrow to see me. I looked on the map. It'd be like 4-hour round trip for him. I hope he's crazy enough to do that because I would love to see him. I'd love to meet his wife. I've never met his wife. I see her on Facebook all the time because she tags Will and stuff. And be nice to meet the woman who Will is always smiling in pictures with. So I think Will's pretty happy, at least judging by Facebook. It'd be awesome to meet the woman that makes him happy. Always glad when my friends find happiness. So yeah, the trip across America continues. Things are going good. Most of the day today I had a nice wide shoulder. There was a couple spots where it was not great. And oh my God, the bridge across the Mississippi River was dangerous as shit. No shoulder. It was 2 lanes in each direction. And luckily there wasn't too much traffic, but the traffic on that road was moving at like 65, 70 miles an hour. So I took up the whole right-hand lane with my bike and trailer, which really shouldn't be a problem when there's 2 lanes in that little traffic, but people in their cars are awfully territorial about the right-hand lane. A couple times as I cross, I mean, it's a big bridge, crosses the Mississippi River, so it took me probably 15 minutes at least to get over the bridge. And in that 15 minutes, there was a couple of irritated drivers, and I just waved and just wave and smile. Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. One guy yelled a slur at me, insinuating that I'm a homosexual. And I'm not, but I blew him a kiss, just to make his day. The most challenging thing on this trip has been a toss-up between the weather and people. But ain't nothing but a thing. Nothing I can do about it. I'm doing what I'm doing, and there's only so many ways I can get to where I'm going. So if people that I will never see again get furious with me, it sounds like a them problem. Anyways, as usual, I'm just rambling on. 2 more nights in a motel, and then we'll see what happens to the weather on the backside of that. Have a good night, everybody.